guys! Today we are going to be talking about some of our wish list items and skip list items. So basically stuff that we want and stuff that we will be skipping out on. I actually have a hard time finding stuff that I'm gonna skip out on because I just want it all. So narrowing down, because we normally do 3 wishes, 3 skips each. So narrowing down 3 things that I want and then trying to find 3 things that I would not purchase at all. That's really hard for me to do. So these videos sometimes they just, I don't know, they're just difficult for me, but because I just want it all. But anyways, if you enjoy videos similar to this, or if you enjoy wish lists and skip lists, I think we're going to be making these a monthly thing, so you don't want to miss out on them. So just go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit the post notification bell so you're notified when we do upload.
Alright, so we're going to start off with our wish list, things that we really would love to purchase. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I've seen a couple of things on this, and it's not super expensive. I guess for a setting powder maybe, but it's $34. And basically, you can put this over pretty much any foundation, and it sets it. It's waterproof. I think this is perfect for, the summertime. Everybody's in water, swimming at the beach, whatever. And so, I think this, I would be anxious to put it to the test.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like that's something we should put to the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I saw that, and I've heard a couple of things about it, and I'm like, wow. Even if you're not I know a couple of summers ago, or even last summer, we went to an amusement park, and my foundation that I had on, literally when I started getting really hot and kind of glowing a little bit,
sweating,
it literally looked so milky because I had sweat, and it was white sweat because my foundation was melting off with the sweat. And so I would be so anxious to see how that works.
I think y'all should let us know. Let us know if you think that we should get this and put it to the test. Because
yes.
I think that would be really interesting. Alright, so the first thing that is on my wish list is the Huda Beauty concealers. So she has this new thing coming out called Easy Bake, and I think she's coming out with concealers, setting powders, and a brush. I don't know if the brush is for blending out the concealer or to bake, because the setting powders are really meant for baking. I think that's what she's kind of selling it as. And the concealers are, I think, the only thing that I am most interested in, because powders are powders until
most of the time.
Yeah, unless it's waterproof. But no, I think that the concealers, because she actually came out with a foundation a while ago that I really wanted to try. I never got to, but there were so many great reviews on it that I think her concealers are going to be just as good.
Probably so.
And I'm wondering if they're going to be better than Tarte Shape Tape. I'm trying to find something that's although it's probably going to be just as expensive, but
probably. Concealers
are really something that can change the look of your whole base. So I don't know, I'm just really interested in her concealers.
Do you know how much they're going to be?
No prices yet.
Okay. The next thing on my list that I would really like to get my hands on is the Kat Von D Metal Crush. This is her 10-year anniversary extreme highlighter. I would love to get the color Gold School. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool highlighters, really good highlighters. And not very expensive. Wet n Wild has some of the best highlighters that there are. But my absolute favorite is the Ofra, and I have a feeling that the Kat Von D would definitely give the Ofra one a run for its money. But it just looks so interesting to me. And I don't know for sure if it's a limited edition. It is the 10th anniversary,
but it's 10th anniversary.
Right, so we'll look that up and find out for you. But the cost is $30, so it is a little bit pricey for a highlighter, but it's Kat Von D, and everything I've ever tried with Kat Von D has been excellent. So a little bit curious about that.
So the next thing on my wish list is the Glam Glow Hyaluronic Acid Infused Highlighting Palette. That seems interesting to me because it has the hyaluronic acid. But it is a highlighting like trio. Like there's 3 of them. There's Nude Glow, Sun Glow, and Pearl Glow, and it's $42, so that's a little up there. Just because, I mean, for a highlighting palette, that's not terrible. But I think I would only use like 2 of the shades.
Yeah.
Because the last one is a little too dark for me.
Like a coppery, maybe?
I think it almost looks like a bronzer in the thing, like in the palette. So even if I'm self-tanned, I don't feel like that would work for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, the hyaluronic acid makes me want it, but then that third shade, if they came out with singles, that would be like a dream come true.
And it would definitely be cheaper because you get 1 instead of 3. I mean, highlighting palettes are, to me, there's usually always, especially with our skin tones, we're so light, there's usually one that will not work for us. So I tend to steer clear, but I mean, those are pretty. Okay. On my wish list, I have from ColourPop. ColourPop is a fabulous brand. I have not run into anything really that I can think of from ColourPop that I have not liked, that I've tried. But here a while back, Shayla came out with a collab with Maybelline and did a City Mini palette, and that is my favorite City Mini palette. Shayla has also come out with a collaboration with ColourPop, and it is a pressed powder eye palette. $23 for a palette is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Definitely a doable.
And I mean, I've seen the palette, and there are like a ton of shades.
Yes, I mean, I think there's like at least 10, maybe 12.
I think there's more than that.
We'll have a picture of it so that we can actually show it, but the colors are so pretty, and I mean, I just can only imagine how good that the palette is, and for $23, I mean, you really can't beat that for the number of shades that you get.
Okay, so her just mentioning ColourPop reminded me of something that I want. So I'm going to talk about that instead of what I have on my list. ColourPop just recently launched a foundation and their no filter concealer. I think that's what it's called. Their concealer has like had rave reviews and stuff, and so I feel like the foundation is going to be amazing. And for some reason, like, I'm just really into like the foundations and concealers.
Yeah.
Like that's just all I'm wanting to buy. But yeah, I really want to get that. I can't really tell you any information because I didn't plan. She just kind of reminded me of that. So I'll have like all the information on screen.
But I know a lot of people have compared the ColourPop concealer with Tarte Shape Tape, and I think it's kind of, giving it a run for its money kind of thing. And so maybe the foundation is going to be, really is good too.
Yeah.
So
I bet, because ColourPop does really good.
they do. Okay, so the not so fun part of our video, the skip list, and a lot of it's so difficult to figure out kind of what you will not be purchasing, what you're going to skip over. And for me, a lot of times it has to do with price, or it has a lot to do with like the colors. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is by Makeup Geek. They have come out with a ton of single shades. They're all just super, super bold. And they've got it to where that you can actually create your own palette with these. But the colors are so, so bold. They're not anything. It's kind of like the Steve Laurent that you got in your Ipsy. It's not anything that we would necessarily, or I definitely would necessarily wear. The price is not bad. If you love bright, bold colors, I would definitely check this out because they're $9 each. You can create your own palette with them, and I mean, I've heard nothing but good about Makeup Geek, so I just am going to skip over it just because those colors are just not for me.
Alright, so the first thing on my skip list, I kind of feel bad about. I mean, I feel bad about all of them because, like, if I had the money, like I know I would purchase at least 2 of the things on my skip list. Like if I was rich, I know I would. But the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Palette, and I wanted it in the beginning, but I think that the hype of it for me just died down, and then I realized like maybe I wouldn't use it as much, or I've just like come up with excuses in my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, like if I had the money, I would go out and buy it, but I don't have that type of money, so there's other stuff that I would purchase over it. So it's not because it's like a bad product. It's not because like I don't know. This is like
Well, so
such
how
a
much-
confusing. I think it's $42. It
Okay.
is $42. The full collection, she came out with 4 glosses, and they're $17 each. The eyeshadow palette is $42. The full collection is $98, so it's not saving. It's saving you money, but it's not saving like a ton of money.
Right.
The lip bundle is $60. So again, not saving you like
Right.
crazy amounts of money. But I mean, the glosses for sure would be on my skip list, because I've not really been like the glosses that I'm into kind of have like the sparkle, and they don't have sparkle. So
And they're
that's
only
just-
$1.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I just kind of would skip out on that, I guess.
The next thing on my skip list is the Lancome Less Toppings eyeshadow palette. Again, the colors are just too bold. They're so bold. And the cost also, because you get 10 colors and it's $59. So, I mean, if I really, really wanted those bold colors, I'd go to Makeup Geek.
Yeah.
And I would get, exactly the colors that I want. But the Lancome is, and again, if you love those bold colors, go for it, because they're beautiful colors. There's just, first of all, I like more of the, I do smoky, but I like more of the nudes and the blues and the plums. Not so much just those bright pops of color.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my reasoning for skipping out on that.
Next thing that I'm going to be skipping out on is the 4 new Morphe palettes with like the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. And the palettes, I don't know, none of the palettes just jump at me and make me like want them. The prices are great. I mean, it's Morphe. They always price stuff really fair. Plus you can always, use code James for 10% off with Lorley or Jaclyn Hill. Literally, there's so many people that you can use their code and you can get money off. So their prices are fair.
Yes.
But I don't know, just none of the palettes really jumped at me. So I'll be skipping out on those.
All right, the final thing I'm going to skip out on, I love me some lip balm. But this one, oh my gosh, is $30. It is the Pat McGrath Lip Fetish Lip Balm. And
That's a lot.
I know. I can't imagine. I mean, like, I get the little pots of Carmex, and they're like $1, and it lasts me a good 2 or 3 months. And then, I get enough. I could like have Carmex to last me like 3 years for
Probably
$30
longer than that.
at least. So anyway, I mean, and I've heard so many. I've never tried any of Pat McGrath's items, but I've heard so many rave reviews on her items. And like she said a little bit ago, if I were rich and money was not an object, I definitely, since I love me some lip balm, I would
You
definitely
try it out.
try
and
it
see if
out.
It was worth that.
Yes, but
Wouldn't that be a video idea?
I know. I
Is
know.
it worth the $38?
So
Like, it better give me some lip filler if it's like $38.
Yeah.
So the last thing on my skip list is a Too Faced product. Too Faced is their 20-year anniversary this year.
wow.
So they are coming out with a lot of, I think some of their first launches, they're kind of repackaging and revamping, and their eyeshadow palette, they have like their setup and the shades from like their first palette. So like I feel like they were circles or something. I don't know. But then they've kind of reformulated it and made it better. And so they'll have the same 10 shades. I think that they'll be a little different. It's a really neat idea, but I'm just not, like, it doesn't pique my interest for some reason. Like, I love the idea of them doing all that, like revamping and their like very first launches and stuff like that, but I don't know, the eyeshadow palette just doesn't like scream by me. So for that reason, I'm gonna be skipping out on that, and that's literally the only thing that I've been skipping out on is eyeshadows. Probably because I know, you know, in the back of my mind, you have too many, you don't need any more. But I don't know why it's just eyeshadows, but maybe next month will be some different stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully not just a bunch of eyeshadow.
Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified each and every time we upload.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Glam and Glamour on all of them. And until our next video, bye!